you doing? This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and this is One Street Over, and this is Terry Martin, our parks guy. That's how he just introduced himself to,
It's me.
to a gentleman in here, but parks guy. And my friend, you're one of those you're one of my radio guests that's just absolutely the best because, when I'm working on a guest and it just doesn't work out and I don't find out until the day before and go, maybe Terry can come in.
Call the parks guy.
Well, because honestly and truthfully, we could visit with you really once a week because there's so much going on, especially in summer.
Got it going on.
Busy, man.
Yeah.
So I know Splash Pad's open, all those things. I was just sitting here thinking about what's new since last year.
The renovation of your walls.
Well, yeah. I know that. Isn't it look good?
I thought I was in Pigeon Forge.
I'm telling you,
I'm in a cabin.
I'm going to do this in my house. I am.
like it.
I'm going to do this in part of my house. I love it so much.
like it.
And Ebenezer Broadcasting, we just love you guys and what y'all have done pouring into our little radio station here.
Yeah.
And they are just really,
good.
and if you've looked across the hall at WDBL, the Spanish side, that's kind of the goal, I think, is what they've got going on over there because they've got this same wall.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're doing a great job. We appreciate y'all. I know y'all work hard, but what's going on with you?
Everything.
All right.
Anything and everything.
So are you, as far as, are you going to take any time off this summer? Let's just talk, let's just visit for a minute.
Okay.
Are you going to take any time off? You yourself.
Yeah.
You going to take some vacation?
I'll probably take a couple days after Freedom Fest.
Oh yeah, you need to, don't you, after that? Wow.
Well, my granddaughter is a cheerleader, and I think they've got a cheer competition or something in the mountains. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Briley is 12.
Okay, well, that's a good age.
Yeah.
So I've got a 7-year-old grandson doing travel ball.
Oh yeah.
That's why you never see me on the weekend, John. I'm chasing baseball in Mountain Juliet.
Yeah.
Well, he's in Mountain Juliet. See, that's the thing. I think I've just about got one of them talked into coming and building up here in Robertson County.
There you go.
I'm 61 years old, man.
Come
I
on.
need somebody here watching
Tell them
over
to get
me.
up here.
We'll get them home. You just guys don't know what you're missing here in Robertson County. If you're just hearing what's going on and seeing what we have happening, and we just have our park system here is so great and so excited. And one of the reasons I really am so glad you could come in is because this is fishing week. We got the big fishing tournament on Saturday. Yeah. And my grandson was, because he's got travel ball and he can't do it this year. He was crushed, but he can't do it all. We're gonna literally be at a ballpark probably at 11 p.m. on Friday night and then have to be back on Saturday. Travel ball. He loves it though, but he loves all the things. But that fishing tournament last year, he had the best time.
Yeah.
He had so much fun. Loves that. He got a fishing pole, a nice fishing pole. All these kids get these cool prizes.
Yeah.
It is just the neatest thing. So why don't you go ahead and unpack that for them? Tell them all about that.
Free fishing rodeo starts this Saturday. Well, it is this Saturday. TWRA offers a free fishing day where you don't have to have a license. So we offer a free fishing rodeo day for kids 14 and under to come on out and just cover the banks and catch some fish.
And they will.
They will.
They will be staking there. What time does the gate open?
The gate will probably be open about 6:30. Registration will go until 8 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll let them fish from 8 to 10. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll start bringing them up to the pavilion where they can get their gift.
So tell me this. What was the one that won last year? Do you remember? It was a young lady. And how many did she catch? I can't remember, but it was a bunch.
There we have 4 winners.
Okay.
So we'll do.
I just remember the girl because, oh my goodness, overall, yeah.
We'll do big fish and most fish for the girls, and we'll do big fish and most fish for the boys.
Okay, but the girl ended up out fishing.
She had like 12, I think.
I thought it was more than
10 or
that.
12 catfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she had some
more than that.
bluegill, so
okay.
she was loaded up.
Yeah, it was funny. And you ask them, what kind of bait you use? And they're like, not telling.
Yeah.
That's what's so cute about it is
no artificial lures.
Oh, okay.
Are allowed.
Okay.
So it has to be. I
had forgotten that.
Yeah, has to be a live bait.
Well, and I've got all the things in my head.
Too many kids close to each other for artificial lures to be slinging through the air with all the hooks on them.
Okay. Okay. So we want just a single hook And,
Yeah.
you know, and the natural baits you can do
Worms, crickets, grubs,
shrimp. I've seen people
bread,
put shrimp on
shrimp.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
all those kinds of
Yeah.
things. Chick-fil-A. I mean,
Yeah.
sure.
Chick-fil-A catches everything.
Jesus is chicken, man. Come on. Fishers of men and fish.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
I love it. We are, but I was thinking too, okay, so I've got Caleb coming in. Caleb Stratton's going to come in
Yeah.
on Thursday so we can just drive home, because if you've not done the fishing rodeo and you've got kids 14 and under, go do it. It is so much fun. We had a blast last year. I wanted to get there early because you had warned me that people line up to get the best spots, and everybody kind of knows where they are. Yeah. And I ended up just going, I'm one of those people that crowds, I'm just like, I'm just not going to step on you. I'm not going to crowd you. So we just went on the other side of the lake. That wasn't a good spot. Yeah. Well, you told me, you're like, no, go over there, LaVern.
TWRA has really come through helping us with fish in the pond. Yeah. So like last year, we saw a lot of fish being caught in areas we didn't think normally they do. Yeah. So there's more and more, there's more and more fish being brought into it. But there's a lot of fish that get taken out of it too.
Yeah,
so
I know a lot
of people fish it after the fishing rodeo's over.
You cut it off. People are not allowed to fish like 2 weeks prior,
like
right?
now.
Like right now, you can't go fish.
Right. And it's not been stocked yet.
Okay.
So if anybody thinks that, that's listening, that it's been stocked and they're going to sneak on out there and catch some, it has not been.
It has not been.
They'll usually wait until the day before
right
to come out there and stock it, maybe 2 days sometimes. So,
okay. But how many kids did we have last year?
Last year we had 142, I believe, that were fishing.
Okay.
We went to an online registration this year.
Yeah.
You can go to springfieldtn.gov and get on our Civic Rec page and read all about it and register. As of yesterday, we had 202 registered to fish. We are told by TWRA that we are the largest fishing rodeo in I don't remember if he said Middle Tennessee or Tennessee. You have to ask Caleb that.
Okay, I'll ask him. I think it's Tennessee, because I think they said that even last year.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we do have we have just a pile of kids come out, and it is so much fun.
We're gonna need a bigger lake.
Yes, we are. We truly,
Yeah.
or do it in maybe in ages, like have this age to this age at this time, and this age to this age at this time. I don't know, but
and the sponsors, they make it happen.
Yeah,
and
they
there
do.
there is I couldn't name all of them. There's a list of them, but man, people just bring in fishing poles, tackle boxes, gift cards for us to go to Walmart, just whatever, just to make sure that
stuff fish.
Yeah,
stuff fish.
Yeah, just to make sure that the kids all get a gift whenever it's over.
And everyone do. I know it was really interesting because if you're one of the winners, of course you get first. All that.
You'll get one of the big prizes.
Right. And then, because that was bikes. There were bikes and things like that. That's what we're talking about. So my grandson was one of the latter ones to go and pick a gift. And he got a really not, and I thought, well, and I told him, I said, no, you may not get exactly what you want, because, if you're one of the last ones. And he got exactly what he wanted, a fishing rod, because they had tons of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like, even if you get your number called at the end, that you're not going to go and get something awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And he was really going to get a tackle box this year, and, or I think that's kind of what he had in mind. And we were trying to work it out, because, his game might be later on Saturday, but it was just
too much.
The logistics of it all was going to be too much. But I have in my mind exactly what I'm going to do to try to figure it out and make sure it's all just perfect, And I'm like, this year I'm going to take a tarp to put my chair on, so I don't have to stand in goose
poop.
That's the only thing. That's a mess.
Listen, here's the deal with that.
That's a mess.
So those geese show up this time of year.
Yeah, I know.
And they'll lose certain tail feathers.
Uh-huh.
So I think they can fly. They just can't fly long distance. So they're stationary wherever they're at.
Yeah.
And it would, I wish
yeah.
Anyway,
that's the only thing is all the goose. Yeah. All the goose.
Yeah. We have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So at least once a week, maybe even twice a week this time of year, we got to spray the greenway off in that area, because it is the playground sidewalk around the playground there. Oh, it's a mess.
I tell you. That's the only thing. If I could give you a tip,
Yeah.
Have you a tarp and
Yeah.
put it there.
Bring your old shoes.
Yeah, bring old shoes. Have a tarp if you want to, because otherwise you're going to be kind of sitting in it, on your chair. Because you bring your chairs and all of those things. And some people bring those little pop-up tents.
Mm-hmm.
But be nice. I mean, give everybody space. Don't come up and take a big, huge space and go, you can't come in my tent.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. We don't want to be
don't
like
wanna do
that.
that.
But but it's fun. It's fun.
We'll send Caleb and Jason around
That's right.
TWRA to get them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a free fishing day. You don't need a fishing license, and we'll talk to Caleb a little bit about. It's free fishing day. I think not. You can go anywhere and fish.
Sure.
And my grandson, they all have their lifetime fishing license and hunting license and all that, so they're good to go. But I have kiddos that are in my class at school. And they come out and fish. I'm not sure they have a license. I don't check, but they're supposed to have a license even if you fish a creek. So that's a time you can go fishing without any concern. And we actually left the fishing rodeo last year and went and fished Carr's Creek right there at Sulphur Fork where it comes together at the corner of our property. And my grandson caught a big old bass. I mean, it was a great day. Yeah. We had just the best day last year. Thank y'all for that.
We encourage everybody to stay after
and
keep fishing. So.
We had a good time. But that's this weekend, this Saturday, and I cannot recommend it enough. You will have an absolute blast. So free fishing rodeo coming up this Saturday, and we'll keep talking about it. Now, we also, we have a skate park now. That's new from last year. How's that going this summer? People wearing it out?
They are.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
They are. We've got the skate park. They're wearing it out.
Yeah.
We're trying to get, we're trying to get lights on a timer, but we're having to change out some lights so that way the lights can come on and go off at a certain time at night. So so they can go out there and skate until what time? Does it close at a certain time? Yeah, the park ranger ranger will come back in about 9:45, 9:30, 9:45 and get ready to clean the restroom, and then once he locks that up, then he'll go up there and lock the gates. And
park rangers have to clean the restroom? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
God bless them. I didn't know that. I mean, I've always kind of wondered who did it, but I know it was the park ranger.
Yeah, we run into that a lot. That title is sort of deceiving.
Okay. Well, yeah, you wouldn't. I don't know. I've never really thought about who cleans the restrooms at our parks, but it's the park rangers.
You're not riding around with a gun and writing out tickets as a park ranger.
It's a little different. Yeah. We're talking with Terry Martin. He is our parks guy. Hollywood. Okay, well, let's just jump on to the kind of the elephant in the room. What has happened with the movie? Because I've heard Alex Maddox told me he thought that the movie that you were in is about to come out. Have you heard anything at all about it?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay. So, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm in a movie. So what? It's so funny. And it's for the Life of Me, The Life of Me. And so we're all just kind of waiting because it's been a couple of years since y'all shot that thing.
Yeah. Those guys, they keep me updated a little bit on that. So the producers. Right. And I think that you had to, I don't know how that world works. You may know this, but you got to get the money and everything
it's not cheap
to run with it. And I think they found they have a.
You got a distribution company. I mean, that you have to. That's one thing. That's so funny because we just on my final that I had for my audio and video production, we had the order of a production, and it's the idea. And then you have to find the funding, and then you have to hire staff, and then you have to build sets, and and then it's the recording and the editing, and then the final one's the distribution. And so sometimes that can be the most difficult. If you're a fan of the Chosen series, the distribution issues that they were having with their original studio versus what they were trying to do to expand the distribution is what held up the last season getting released, because they're already filming season 5 and they just started releasing season 4. So that distribution's a big deal. Yeah. And so that's probably what held them up, is figuring out the distribution on it. Because you got to have theaters to show it in, or if you're going to send it out via streaming and all of those things. So all those things. Do you know if it's going to be in the theaters or is it going to be a streaming release? Okay.
Streaming. Yeah.
So I know the one that they did recently that was the rodeo themed one. I think it's going to be in the theaters for a short run. But were you in that one at all? Were you a part of that one? Because see, Alex was.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you've met Alex, Matt. He's one of my students, and he loves film.
I
So he pops in a lot. You'd know him if you saw him.
I may have ran into him one day, and he may have been the one that it may have even been him that was telling me that they thought it was going to come out pretty soon.
May have been.
And then that's whenever I got a text message.
He stays pretty plugged into all that stuff, but because he actually. In the rodeo one, he is designated the grandson to one of the major characters. He doesn't have any speaking role, but he's in the background some, and even got in the credits. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You'll be in the credits on this one because you're an actor. I mean, you have lines and everything. I mean, it's pretty cool. You're like the crooked cop.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's so funny. I'm like, really? Oh my gosh, that's funny. But that's going to be fun. We've got to do something when that thing comes out. I mean, you've just got, you're going to
run and hide.
No, man, come on. That's going to be fun. We just have fun here in Robertson County, you guys. And here in Springfield, Terry is he is the director of our park system here in Springfield. His office is there in the center. If you have any questions for him, you can just pop in. You're headed that way. As a matter of fact, he had to call into the office and say, hey, I decided to pop in and do the radio show. So what else have we got going on? Ballparks are still busy.
Friday night?
Oh yeah, Friday night. What am I talking about? First Friday, of course.
Yeah, this Friday.
Yeah. How's it? I didn't get to the first one. I'm going to be on the baseball field. You know, this Friday night, like always. But I had planned on being there. But I mean, do you know how many people we had last month? We've already kicked it off. I mean, we've already had our first one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had the first one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I don't know why 2,200 is in my mind.
It was a crowd.
Yeah, it was a crowd.
Yeah. So
Buzzy Pool and the Fortunate Sons
so good.
this Friday night.
Oh, it's
going to be beautiful.
Yes.
Right now, the
weather's looking good.
Yes.
But well, we had a little bit. Did the weather mess us up last time, or was it okay? It kind of stayed. It stayed at bay. It was like right, kind of hovering. But I don't think we got rained out.
It rained right up to.
Mm-hmm. And then we
about an hour out or something like that, and then finally it just stopped and it got nice and made it through the whole evening. That was the. Let's see, I think we originally started concerts in 2016, and then we moved to Fridays in 2017, and that's when the whole event took place with the vendors and food trucks, the Springfield Historical Society come in, and they brought all that in and just added to the event and made it even better, obviously. But since then, that's only the second time we've gotten a May event in.
Oh, wow.
Because we always lose them to rain.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, we've had a lot of rain. We've had so much rain. But this Friday is looking good. So Friday, we got First Friday Market coming. You need to come be a part of that. What are the hours on that?
The band starts at 6:30. Okay. They'll play 6:30 to 8:30, but the vendors will be set up. Food trucks will be there. So you can get up there at about 5:30.
Yeah, and stores will be open. Not all the stores, but a lot of them will be on the square, and that's so much fun. I love shopping our downtown square, and you have to be intentional about it because there's things like you'll be somewhere else and you'll think, but there's so many great stores on our square.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a new restaurant.
And not just on our square, but down,
all the way down.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Downtown. Let's just say downtown.
Depot, the brew house, they're all
just right there.
That's easy walking distance.
For sure. But what is the new restaurant that's on the square that was there in the space that's
Jose's?
Jose's, yeah. They just opened that up.
They did.
Yeah. So we've got a new Mexican restaurant on the square. But again, all the favorites going down through there. And you've got down by the barbecue place, you've got stores all along that little strip mall area. The little mall right there by the post office.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You've got the tattoo shop on one end, and then you got
Hero Subs.
Yeah. And but there's a whole line of stuff right in
Willie
there.
Mays.
Willie Mays and Willie Mays on one end and tattoo shops on the other.
I think there's a and I don't remember the name. There's a Sweets.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Sweets shop in there now?
I think so. So there's all kinds of stuff, guys. We've got
and it's all within walking distance.
Yes, it's wonderful. But that's what we're talking about with First Friday Market. That's the kind of stuff that you're going to see. And again, all kinds of vendors will be out. A great time.
Kids
Zone.
Zone.
It's going to be
Kids
Zone.
Zone.
A good time.
Ace is doing the the city takes care of all that now.
Okay.
So we've got it all. So
Awesome.
yeah, Ace does an awesome job.
Timbermeyer. And are you, I guess you are going to be involved with the Fire Cure Festival coming up? Are you helping with that?
Well, of course, they're using the park.
Right.
So
that's on August 24th.
And then there'll be volunteers.
Yeah.
So
you'll be involved to some degree.
Yeah, to some degree.
So we've got all the splash pad, everything working okay? Everything good? Everything perfect?
It has its drips.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you did there. But I saw the video where it first opened up and kids are having a ball and it's just wonderful. I mean, what a cool idea. I don't know who ever came up with the idea of a splash pad, but way to go. I mean, it's just fun. It's just fun stuff. So we got the splash pad open. You can go in, you can hit the skate park now. You can do all those things. We've got, of course, now what's happening with the baseball field? I mean, are we still playing baseball? I mean, we're playing up in Mount Juliet. So
regular season is over.
Yeah, that's
All Stars practice is going on.
Right.
I think it's the third weekend of this month, June. We'll be hosting district tournaments for baseball. All of our 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 baseballs will all be going to state automatically because we've got so many teams in our league. If you have 9 or more teams from ages 7 to 12, you have to play in a different division, a higher division.
Okay.
And because we're the only city in our district that has that many, we're by ourselves. So it's double-edged sword. We don't get to play in a district. We just get to automatically go to state now, where in the past we would play in the district, usually win the district, and then move on to the state. Now we just get to go to the state. Our 5 and 6s will have to compete to make it, and then all of our softball will have to compete and make it.
Okay, very good. But that's so fun. I mean, it's just, I didn't know anything about baseball until my grandson started playing, and oh my goodness, they have so much fun. My sons still, they go, yeah, you didn't let us play. But, well, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. With 4 boys, I just didn't feel like I could chase it. And I regret not chasing it. Yeah. Because they have a ball. I mean, if you've not ever spent any time out at the ballpark, that's summertime. That's summertime. Any sport.
Any sport nowadays.
Yeah. Well, and let me do my break, but let's just kind of unpack all the different options you have. If you're not getting outside and you're like, I've got nothing to do. I mean, from pickleball to skate park to the disc golf, just kind of unpack all that we have here in Springfield. You just have no idea. And you can go and talk to him at the center if you want to get the rundown. But I did see Penny came in. We got to talk about our garden tour that's coming up this weekend as well, that's raising money for Martha's Song. So they're going to come in here in a minute. But let me do a break, and we'll come back and we'll unpack everything and do the big invite for the big things this weekend again. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, let me do a break for Cumberland Connect. If you have not connected with Cumberland Connect, what are you waiting for? It is a great option for us for our high-speed internet. If you are a Cumberland Electric customer, you're going to have access. That's the bottom line. And that's what's so wonderful. So many of us that have been underserved for so many years. I've been a Cumberland Connect customer now for a little over a year, and it is absolutely the best thing ever. When I talk about trying to get my sons to move back here and build a house, the thing that has held them up is where we live. The connectivity was terrible, and they have some work-at-home options that they need, so they've got to have it. Well, you got it now. It has improved our property values, all kinds of things. And even if the power goes out, even if, lightning strikes and you lose a transformer, if you've got a battery backup on your modem or you've got a generator, you can plug your modem in. You'll still have internet. It's the coolest thing ever. And it's great service. You can get a gig for $80. That is a great deal. If you want to see if they're ready to connect you, call 1-800-987-2362, 800-987-2362, or go to cumberlandconnect.org, cumberlandconnect.org. You put in your address, and they'll tell you, say, yeah, we're actually ready to go. When do you want us to show up? Or they'll say, well, we'll be there in a few weeks, maybe a month before we have your area connected. But they're getting close to getting us all connected. It's awesome. Reach out to Cumberland Connect today, powered by Cumberland Electric. Okay, let's do the big unpack. Everything. So what all options do we have? From pickleball to disc golf and pack, of course, and we'll do the invite on the weekend events.
All right. We'll start with Travis Price Park. You can come on out. We have sand volleyball courts. We have outdoor basketball courts. We have soccer fields that are open to the public out there. We do have a men's league that plays on Sunday all day, so it won't be available then, but other 6 days during the week. There are a few Saturdays that are booked now for adult leagues. But other than that, you're free to get on the soccer fields, baseball and softball fields during the day. You're free to get on them until in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock. We usually get them ready for the league games at night.
Right.
We got an 18-hole disc golf course at Travis Price Park. We got one pond and one lake at Travis Price Park. You can go fishing. They're always open to fishing. And we've got the walking trails all through the whole park.
Okay.
So that's Travis.
There you go.
That's right
just
now.
Travis.
That's
okay,
just
now,
Travis.
Keep going.
Gardner Street Park, I am meeting with the architectural engineer today to get started on the pickleball courts, the all-inclusive playground, and the brand new restroom facility. But while you're waiting on those, you can bring your dog or I guess your cat or your pig or whatever you got to come down to the dog park and just hang out inside the dog park. And we also got the skate park, and we do have tennis courts, and we do. Yesterday I rode down there and I saw there was a ladies group down there, and they had put some tape on the one tennis court that is lined already off for pickleball that we're going to turn into pickleball. They just put their nets down, and they were down there playing and having a blast.
So they got it. Okay, that was I was thinking so you can play pickleball, but you'll have to.
You got to bring your own nets. You got to do the whole thing right now.
Right.
But there's 2 brand new courts coming.
You can do it. Yeah.
Coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's Gardner Street Park, and the walking trail runs from Travis Price to Gardner Street.
Yeah.
So if you just want to walk along the creek and enjoy that, you'll just have to ignore all the debris and the brush that's off to the side right now.
Yeah.
We got it open where it can be walked on, but we still have to get down there and get that up. So
yeah, and that's from storms and things.
it is.
Yeah.
And then you got Martin Luther King Jr. Park. We have more walking trails. And we also have our splash pad, and we have 2 multi-purpose fields out there that are open to the public. And we've got the all-inclusive playground out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So much going on. A friend of mine just moved in over there on Garner by the park. And I said, you're like right there on the walking trail, on the Greenway. So she's excited. She came from Hendersonville. She's the one that she teaches with me at Greenbrier.
Okay.
So I'm like, welcome to Robertson County, Miss
That's right.
Gray.
That's right.
And she's going to love it. And it's going to be fun because she's got a really good location. So that's your options. And, of course, the center. Tell them about the center.
You can come to the rec center. We have a walking track upstairs, 13 laps is a mile. We've got a exercise room with a lot of universal weights, treadmills, ellipticals, bicycles to get on in there. We got a basketball court whenever we don't have events going on. The court's open to shoot on too. There's all kind of fees that's involved in that. There's a daily fee of $3 if you want to pay $3 to come in and do the whole thing for the day. And then there's memberships depending on your age and your family size, or if you're single, you just have to call 615-382-1655, and Miss Pam will take care of you. I promise you.
Give that
She's
number
awesome.
One more time.
615-382-1655.
And I just have to say too that I had a thought and it escaped me. Go ahead and plug the 2 events this weekend too.
This weekend we have the free fishing rodeo. Registration will be up till 8 o'clock on site.
You can do it beforehand.
Yes, or you can go to springfieldtn.gov, get on the website, find the fishing rodeo, go to Civic Rec and go ahead and register, and you'll be ready to go whenever you get there. We will fish from 8 to 10. 10 o'clock, we'll start bringing kids up to get their prize, but you are more than welcome to stay all day and fish if you want. Friday night, First Fridays is the market up there on the square. This Friday, it'll be Buzzy Pool and the Fortunate Sons. Music starts at 6:30, goes to 8:30, but you can come up there about 5:30. There'll be more stuff going on. Vendors, food trucks. I don't know if it's the cruise in for this one or not. If it's the cars or not, I can't remember.
I'll call Ace, but okay, good deal.
So
thank you for coming in and touching base with me and all that. What I was going to say, you were talking about the center. They have a seniors prize, and it's like super. I'm taking advantage of all these senior discounts.
$10 a month.
Because I'm 61, so I get senior discounts now. I know? Do you know what?
$10 a month for everything.
Okay.
60.
Is it 60 and above?
Yes.
And some are 62 and above, but some are 60 and above. And so I'm starting to get these senior discounts. I'm going, bring it. Give me my discount.
Yes. And listen, I want to say this too, because I get to come in here and do this and speak with you and everything, but it does not work without the staff that we have.
Amen.
And our staff is incredible.
Yeah.
Our men and women in the Parks and Recreation staff, they knock it out of the park, and they don't get enough.
Kudos.
They
We
don't get enough
appreciate
kudos.
y'all, for sure. And y'all do a great job, and we appreciate y'all. We've just got a beautiful parks, and y'all do a fabulous job.
We love it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hollywood.
We'll see ya.
Wait till that movie comes out. All right, we're going to make them switch. I saw Penny come in, and she's brought somebody with her. We're going to talk all about our fundraiser this weekend for Martha Song. But while they're making the switch, I want to make sure and talk to you about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. If you are looking for some help in the real estate community, you can reach out to Barry and Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty. They have set up a new office. They were part of the Garden Gate team for years and years and years, but they took the brokerage office that Barry has on the downtown square. They took the office that Rebecca works out of, that is the agency office that they have there in White House. They combined the two for a new branch in the Exit Tree. Exit Prime Realty. He comes out of a marketing background. He was the vice president of a media marketing company for 17 years. So you can have a marketer on your team that knows all about photography, videography, walkthrough tours, drone footage, whatever you need. He can make sure your property is seen in the best light when you're putting it up for sale. And then Rebecca, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist, longtime sponsors of the program, great friends of the program, Cross Plainians. They've been in Cross Plains for almost 30 years, but they also, they specialize in Robertson County properties, but also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, because they're from Kentucky, just like me. You can call Rebecca 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and please always let them know that you turned Cynthia. And oh my goodness, it is just such a busy weekend. There's just so much going on. Big fundraiser happening. You're going to have to pull that microphone. Are you going to talk to me, or are you going to introduce me to your guest? I called Penny yesterday and I said, you know what? The tour is this, or I messaged her. You know, you text people and you think you're talking, but it's like I texted her and I said, we need to talk about the Seeds of Hope Tour of Gardens, because it's Saturday, and I haven't got my tickets yet, but I can still get them online.
You can get them online, and you can get them at any of the locations also.
Right. So I could pop in with you and pick them up. They have them. What are the different?
The Gallery, Bernard Farms, Hancock Farms,
Right.
Heads Farm, and the Chamber all have tickets.
Okay.
Or you can go online on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yes,
Eventbrite has them.
Eventbrite.
Yes.
And you can get them there, or you can, if you wake up Saturday morning and like, oh yeah, I think I may be able to come.
Yeah.
On Facebook we have all the properties listed, all the gardens listed, and you can go to one of those places and get started.
Well, and see, like with us, I was telling Terry, we've got travel ball all weekend, but Saturday morning we've got a little window, and I'm super excited because I don't know that I can make them all, but I'm going to get there's a couple I'm looking at. I'm like, I really need to see what they're doing, because y'all have teased them all. Yeah. You've given me like a little preview, right. And so I know the ones that I'm going to go to first, and then try to make them, so if I can, right? Because it's a self-guided.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the spots that you don't want to miss, you're going to hear about today, and this is David Woodard.
That's what I have. So talk to me. You're going to have to get up on that microphone, sir. Yeah. Tell me about your garden, because absolutely, yeah. And I really want to see y'all's place.
Yeah. So we've built in the historic district on Garner Street, 220 Garner Street, and it's a new build, and so we've always loved gardening, and this is our 23rd house, and that we've lived in our marriage. And
are you kidding?
We had several houses in England, and we've always had beautiful gardens that we've worked on. And so this is a brand new garden. It's not a mature garden. It's a brand new garden that we've installed. And so we've planted 12 trees and 60 shrubs and probably over 200 perennials and 14 roses. And so, it's a brand new garden, but
But see, I need to see that. That's why I'm real
Yes.
interested in seeing yours, because I've got I've got just, my little farm, and I have tried to birth new garden areas all
Yeah.
the time. And as I'm trying to set up these little photo areas all
Right,
over my
right.
property.
Sure.
And so I want to, like, just off of my woods, what can I put there? It would
Yes.
be a nice little photo set.
Shade garden.
That's why I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
And so I've had my eyes on yours as I've been looking, because you've got the experience and you know how to put that together.
Yeah.
So can I hire you to come out and walk through my property and go, hey, what do I need to do here?
We'll talk.
I need some help. I mean, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Because I've always had that desire to do those things. I'm always putting plants in the wrong place, and they're not
Yeah.
making it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason.
Yeah,
There's a reason.
you do have to experiment. When Frida asked us if we would be on the tour, I said, our garden is brand new, and I said, how does this work? And she said, well, people will come and want to know why you bought this and
Yeah.
why you planted it here. And I said, well, we bought it because we thought it was attractive, and we planted it there because we liked it there. We didn't,
Yeah.
we just experiment, and that's a lot of gardening, is you just
Yeah.
experiment with different places and sort of figure out what loves sun and what loves shade, and then of course as a garden matures and as your trees and shrubs mature, then it changes because you get more shade than you had before. So right now we're sort of a sun-loving garden because we have very few trees, and so we can't put a lot of shade-loving plants out. So it's been mainly the ones that like the sun, but we have a
Okay.
few little shady corners that we can tuck in the ferns and hostas and that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So do you use native ferns? Because I have found we have a hillside that I will occasionally find wild ferns, and I've tried to transplant them a few
They're
times,
tough to
and I have
transplant.
never had
It's
any
very
luck with
difficult
it.
to
They
transplant.
look great in the woods, but when I
Sure.
bring them over to
That's
my
right.
woods,
That's
I can't
right.
get them to, because we have I think you've got to come over and we bought this acreage that had been farmed, and then we let it go to seed.
Yeah.
And God just grew.
Right.
It's Tennessee, it's all
Right.
for the most
Right.
part. There's a few trees that are out there that I had planted before I just let it grow up.
Sure.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, and it's just wild. It's just what came up.
Sure.
And
Great.
it's just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
But so far, I don't have any ferns in that little forest area,
Yeah.
and I would love to have some ferns. And I've tried transplanting them from the
Right.
hillside a couple of times.
Right.
Not any luck.
Yeah.
But I'm anxious to really see your
Good.
garden and see what you've done. 23 homes, though. What? Really?
So we're from
That's wild.
We're from Springfield, but we
Okay.
moved to England 36 years ago, and so we've moved and raised our children in England. So we have moved all over England and then back to the U.S. And so this is kind of coming home for us. And so we've done some projects on this house that we've sort of been thinking about for years. Like we did a courtyard out back with a tobacco stick fence, and so a urban vegetable garden out back.
Fun.
And so we've done some fun projects like that, using old reclaimed brick in the garden and old stone, old cut limestone, and a lot of things like that. So
I'm
give it
anxious
more
to see
character.
it. I'm anxious to see it because it just sounds wonderful, and I love all that kind of stuff. And I want you to come see my stuff.
Yeah,
and give
I
me
would
some
love to.
advice. Come walk.
I would
through
love
with
to.
me. I wanted, we're sitting here talking about all the gardens. I want to just have you back in and explain to me England and all that. We just got to have you in for that someday because I've got so many questions. But go ahead, Penny.
Well, you're going to want to know why he lived in England.
Yes, I do, but I was afraid to ask that question. Afraid I'd go down a rabbit hole because my sister here knows how I am. I get real concerned.
Now, you'll want to know.
Uh-huh.
You'll be very interested.
So we moved to England 36 years ago to work with church planting and church restoration was the main thing that we
You're a
did.
missionary.
So missionary with the Baptist Mission Board, and so we would go into very old historic Baptist churches that were closing, get them back on their feet, restore the buildings, restore the gardens, restore the manse, and then as the church began to grow, we'd bring a young British couple in to mentor, turn it over to them, and then move on. So that's what we've been. And then the last few years, we've been
So cool.
working and traveling, overseeing 1,000 missionaries in 70 countries. And so Debbie and I have actually worked and traveled in the last few years in 70 countries.
Wow. That's so cool. That's so cool. So do your kids, you raised your kids in England, do they have accents?
They did.
Oh.
But it was interesting with their Southern accent and the English accent, it came out as an Irish accent. So
How funny.
So everybody in England thought our children were Irish.
That's hysterical. I
As soon as
love
they came back to the U.S. to go to university, and when they did, they lost their accents. They can still turn it on, but they.
That's really cute. So, So, but did you know them before they moved away to England? So, this is new because I mean, she's you talk
Yeah.
about somebody's been around here. She grew up here.
My family's
You
been in
know.
Springfield for 200 years.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
isn't that interesting?
So my
Where'd you go
dad-
to school?
Springfield High.
Okay.
My father had Woodard Truck Line, so
Okay.
he was kind of iconic here in town.
Okay. Yeah. I know that name. I'm a newbie. I mean, even though I've been here since '92, I'm still not from around here.
I think I've seen your wife in the gallery before, but it's been a long
yes,
time.
she used to
Yeah,
come
I
in
think- I
when
think
we
she's
would
been
come
there
in and
before,
out of the
yeah.
country. She would
Oh, that's interesting.
come into the gallery.
Yep.
So, okay, Penny. So, do you want to do the big invite as far as some of the other places that we're going to go to? Because you can go to South Central Growers. We got of course, Bernard Farms, Hancock's, Heads Farm.
We've got a Kevin Mead's garden,
Yeah.
home garden in Greenbrier. Like you said, Bernard Farms, Lucy Ellis, which is also
up the
on
street.
Garner.
Right.
She's a home garden, and hers I think is more containers
Around the swimming pool.
around the pool.
And she is fantastic. She's great.
So many when I ask, usually I find these homes while clients are sitting in the chair. You know, what do you think? Who's home? And I've had so many people say, "Have you called Lucy? Have you called Lucy?"
Yeah.
So she's well known for her gardening skills. And Made Whole Farm in Springfield. I don't really know that much about them, but that was someone that was recommended to us, and they are just beginning. Also, they do a lot. In fact, they sell some of their flowers.
Yeah, I'm looking at their post right now, and you can go to the Martha Songs Facebook page, and you can see all the different ones. That's how I've picked out the ones. I'm like, I got to hit that one first, because I know I might be limited on time and can't make them all. But there's a posting up here, and they have plants for sale, beautiful stuff.
And I've heard rumor that they are trying to create like a tranquility garden that people can come.
Okay.
And they're advertising for Saturday that there will be an area that you can come for prayer if you
that's
if you would
neat.
wish to do that. So that's all new to me on what they're. I haven't met them, and in fact we had one home that got flooded that was going to be on the tour, and they found this home for us. So
Okay.
they found it before they even told us that they were off the tour. So like,
Wow.
Okay.
so appreciate that. And then the Woodards and Hancock Farms, South Central Growers is our premier sponsor. And so they've got a lot planned for us that day.
That's a fun. If you've not been to South Central Growers, people will get out there and they'll be like, "This is in Robertson County." It blows your mind, really does. Oh my goodness! And of course they're known for their Christmas tour, but there's just so much going on out there. That is just such a neat place, just a neat place, and they are so involved in everything. we
Great
have
family.
going. They just. When it comes to benefits and things like that, you just
Yes.
can't ask for a more supportive sponsor. They're
Community-minded.
wonderful. Yeah.
Right, very community-minded.
So explain to people what this is all about. I mean, just in case somebody's just tuning in, they're like, "What's Seeds of Hope? What are we talking about? What is this for, Penny?" Go ahead and unpack it
Well,
for us.
Robertson County tries to plant seeds of hope and encouragement into the lives of their neighbors in Robertson County. Years ago, we had we were playing with putting on a show and a fashion and luncheon for women in Robertson County for cancer. And one of the ladies that was on the board, her name was Martha Parker, and she had been planting seeds of hope or compassion to fellow Robertson Countyans who had breast cancer. She would go, so it was years ago, so she would show up at their home with a little bag and information and things that they could use. And so her cancer, she was a cancer survivor, but her cancer returned. And so we decided to start a new community, because we were giving our funds to American Cancer Society, but we decided to have something that would stay at home. And so we there was a group of ladies that formed the Martha Song. So we named it after her, called it Martha Song, and she's like, "Why did you call it Martha Song? Because I can't sing." And I'm like, you know, the Lord doesn't care how it sounds; it's what the message that you deliver. And so the message that she was delivering to these people was the message of hope and compassion. And in fact, she felt so guilty that her cancer returned because she felt that she was robbing those people of the hope. As long as her cancer was gone, she was still giving them hope that theirs would stay gone. So that's why we gave it this name. When we decided to go away from the fashion shows, and because people felt that it was only for females, we wanted to create a fundraiser or get the message out that this is for anyone in Robertson County that has cancer, so they can apply for these funds. And you know, right now with our budget, it's $500. We have no staff; it's all volunteer run, and so they can apply for the funds, get $500 to pay some out. So it has paid for electric bill. It's paid for gas and different things, and so
wigs and
wigs or whatever you might need that's extra out of pocket. And so this year we decided to. Well, last year we started the Seeds of Hope because we felt that just went right along with our message.
That's great.
And so that's where we are.
And I love it. And having both my sister and my mother went through the cancer battle, and you just things that come up that you just don't think about. And what a help that is. What a gift that is. My mother, while she was going through her treatment and stuff, people would just give her gifts, and she'd be like, "Why are they doing that?" I said, "Because they want to love on you and let you and encourage you, you know." And it's such an encouragement when people say, "Okay, you get it that this is hard."
Yeah.
You know, and it's just any encouragement. And I just love the message that Martha started and that y'all continue. It's just such a beautiful thing.
Well,
such a beautiful
I'm a
thing.
cancer survivor,
Yes,
and when we talk about those things, I went when I was clearing out at my house. I got the box of cards,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. And there cards that names that I did not even know, people I did not even know sent me cards to.
Praying for you.
Praying for me, thinking of me, and you know, in my message, in the message that I have as far as the prayers were answered in so many ways that you can feel that. And but it is. I am not good at sending cards.
Yeah, me either. But they're sure nice when I get them. I mean,
they sure are nice when you
yeah.
receive those.
If that's your ministry, keep doing it because they are so profound. But just those Seeds of Hope, I love the title, I love the message, I love everything you're doing. And if you're like me, we got travel ball, and whenever this was coming up last year, I bought a ticket. I couldn't go, I was busy. But I know where my money's going, and it's just it's a great opportunity just to contribute. Whether you're going to be able to do the tour or not, go to Eventbrite, go over, stop in at the gallery, the Chamber, Hancock's Heads, or Bernard's. They've got tickets. Did I cover them all? Those 5 locations. You can get your tickets and get some tickets and gift them to somebody. Then if you can't go, because it's going to be so much fun.
And if you can't go, you can also go to marthasongfoundation.org, and there's opportunities there to make a donation.
Very good. I love it. It's just a great event. And I was just, when I messaged Penny yesterday, and I was even thinking we might have several of the gardens come in and just do the whole hour. And by the time, she reached back out to me, I had Terry coming in. So have you got an 8:00 client? Are you okay?
I don't.
You go, good. Okay. I was a little afraid I was pushing her because I know she's at the gallery, by the way, and had been there. How long have you been at the gallery?
100 years.
100 years. There you go.
The gallery was established in 92, and the location that I'm in now was in 95.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time she did my hair, because, you've been doing my hair since about that time. So there you go. She's my girl. And she also is a realtor. Go ahead and plug how they can get in touch with you, because she's one of our local realtors.
Cobb Hill Homes. Diana Cobb is my broker. And I started real estate back during COVID, and when I was out of work for 6 weeks, and I had been wondering what I would do in my retirement years, and the last thing that I thought I would do would be real estate, but God put that right in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was noticeably in my eyes.
Isn't that cool?
For a couple of days, and so
And you've done well with it.
I've had fun.
Yeah, that's just it. And I was so surprised as a friend. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just think it's good because, I mean, she grew up here. So you talk about knowing Robertson County, this young lady does. So I just wanted to be sure and plug that because you took your time out to come in.
The Cobbs are wonderful.
Can't say enough about them. They're wonderful. They're
Trent
wonderful.
and Diana.
Yeah. We get Trenton here all the time. Anything to do with the fair, of course. He comes in. He's the spokesperson. And they've got their barbecue. We almost forgot. We just don't have any other slots open, but we do have the barbecue. It's the wings competition that they'll have on Friday night, and it usually benefits my father's house.
I think so.
That's happening on Friday night, and then they have the barbecue throwdown on Saturday, and it's just a great event. It's just so much going on. This is
And the first Friday market's this Friday too.
That's what Terry was talking about. I mean, you've got a big weekend. You can hit the wings. You can go which is happening at the fairgrounds, and you just donate to vote for your favorite, and then you can hit First Friday Night Market. You can go up and do the fishing rodeo tomorrow morning, then go to the barbecue thing. And to the barbecue competition and taste the barbecue there and vote on that. It's so good. We went to that last year. And then you can go and do the tour, the Seeds of Hope tour of gardens. What are the times? Because it's self-guided. So what are the times that you can go? What is, like, if somebody shows up at your house at 9 p.m., you're going to be like, it's over.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It's 9 to 3.
9 to 3.
9 to 3 on Saturday, but self-guided. So all of these things going on. Yeah, while you're out doing it, you can stop in at the garden. I mean, what a fun day! What a fun weekend we've got.
Tickets
Get on
at
your microphone there.
They can buy tickets at any house. So,
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
so if they get up that morning and they just want to hit one of the houses that they know, they can just buy a ticket there because there'll be a tent set up, a gazebo set up at each house to buy tickets. So they don't even have to go online. They can just go right to a house.
Awesome.
Just show up.
Start
they'll let
anywhere.
you in. We've got door prizes, so you will have 8 opportunities to enter for door prizes.
Okay.
And you just show up if you don't have your ticket, and they'll
Take
definitely
care of
let
it.
you
Yep.
come. They'll put you a wristband on so you can get into the next location.
And a map to
And a
go
map,
and where to go next.
Okay. Very good. I love this. I have a friend that just moved into Garner Street.
Oh, great.
She has a house. She just moved in. She's one of my fellow teachers and just love her to pieces. And I just told her, I said, you are so lucky that you have moved. She came out of Hendersonville.
Yeah.
And she wanted to get local because she's teaching at Greenbrier with me.
Great.
And so she's on Garner. And so I'll just have to get a hold of her and introduce you.
Yeah, absolutely.
To one of your neighbors. So,
Absolutely.
sure,
We
we'll
would love
have to
that.
do that. But just so many fun things. Let me do my last break, and then we'll just kind of unpack it all and do a big invite because I know we got people standing in the way. Got the Go Show coming on in here in just a minute. But there's so much stuff happening here at 1100 WSGI. But so much happening in Robertson County. One more thing that you can do this weekend after all the other stuff, later is the sun setting on Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Why don't you go to the races? You can go to the old Highland Rim Speedway.
Yeah.
And go to the races. Veterans Motorplex is the name now. If you follow them on social media, which you need to do, because last weekend we had rain, washed it out, so they could not race. So it's all, weather permitting, they race every Saturday from March to October. So racing season runs through October. I'm kind of thinking it's going to extend a little bit later than October this year because they got a late start because they were doing renovations out there. So just kind of keep your eye to the website for that, but you follow them at Highland Rim Speedway to find out about all the racing. But here's the deal. A $40 ticket will get up to 8 people in. That's 6 kids and 2 adults, up to 6 kids and 2 adults for a $40 ticket price. Great time up at the old Highland Rim Speedway. This is Veterans Motorplex. They're at 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. It is a fast quarter-mile, high-banked asphalt bull ring track. Fun for the whole family. Had no idea how much fun going to the races was until I went a few times last year. I will be several times this year. Cannot wait to take my grandkids. I think they are going to love it. It is a fun time. It is family-friendly. They don't have any alcohol sales. They don't permit it. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So come on out to the old Highland Highland Rim Speedway. This is for Veterans Motorplex, one of the coolest, best kept secrets here in Robertson County. And when you get by there, always please let them know that U-Turn sent ya. Penny Callis, my hairdresser over at the gallery, is here today, and she is just a servant of God when it comes to the things she does in the community. I could sit here and talk about some of the things she does, but I don't want to embarrass her. But she just was so active in the community and has been active with this ministry, Martha Song, for so many years to help people that are dealing with cancer in Robertson County. So tell them again how they can be a part of all this weekend.
We would love for you to get out. I think that it looks like that Saturday it's going to be 78 to 80 degrees and
awesome.
overcast, beautiful day. You can get out at 9 o'clock, show up of any of the locations. And again, those locations are the Woodards on Garner Street, Lucy Ellis on Garner Street,
Heads Farms,
Heads Farm, Hancock Farm,
yep.
Bernard's Farm, South Central Growers, our premier sponsor. I was just trying to think of the one in Greenbrier. Kevin Mead in Greenbrier, and Made Hoe Farms in Springfield, which is out towards Barren Plains.
Right.
And so it's 8 stops. We'd love to see you. We'd love to. You're going to see some really unique gardens. Mr. David, or Brother David, Pastor David, and his wife will be there to instruct you at their place.
And we'll have refreshments on the porch.
Oh, that's
nice.
That's
So
neat.
Debbie's home baking right now.
Oh, that's a surprise.
How fun.
There's so many different surprises at each place that we don't even know about.
I love it.
There's opportunity for door prizes, and there are spots that you can purchase plants, and $25 for a ticket. Go to Eventbrite or go to these locations, the store locations, or the chamber or the gallery, to purchase a paper ticket, or just show up at one of the stops that day and buy your ticket there. If you can't come, go on and buy a ticket,
Yes.
or make a donation. These funds are people. I have the opportunity now to write the check and deliver them to the people, and they are so appreciative. And it's not based on income; it's based on you being our neighbor.
Yeah.
That's
That
wonderful.
we
And
want
it's
to
men
give
or
to you.
women. Men or women.
Men or women,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Martha Song, Seeds of Hope Garden Tour.
I love it. And you can go to Martha's Song to the Facebook page and go through the gardens and look and just see all the cool things. And you're going to want to hit them all because, I mean, they're all just wonderful. And it's just, I'm looking really forward to it. I'm not sure how many I'll get to, but I'm going to get to a few. I'm definitely coming to y'all's house. I'm just be ready. I'm going to introduce you to my friend that's your neighbor. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. We got to talk. And I think that's got it for us today. We've got the Go Show, of course, coming up. Lee Marie is coming up right behind this show. So don't go anywhere. We're going to make the switch, and we've got Caleb Stratton coming on United Way tomorrow, talk about fishing rodeo and all the things going on. But we're going to keep talking about the Seeds of Hope Tour of Gardens because we want you to get your tickets whether you can make it or not. But let's all get out and meet our neighbors. What a great way just to meet your neighbors. All right, and go to the gallery too. Reach out to Penny. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Thank y'all for joining us here for One Street Over. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a great day and stay tuned for the Go Show.